I'm Kaylee, and today I am going to be reviewing Charles Dickens' Tale of Two Cities. This is my third time reading Tale of Two Cities, and I've always said that it's one of my favorite Dickens, one of my favorite classics. But this year, one of my goals was to reread a bunch of my favorite classics and find out, after all these years, are they really still a favorite? Tale of Two Cities is definitely still a favorite, but I think it may have been demoted down my Dickens list just a smidgen. Some of the other Dickens reads that I had this year were just a little bit better. But I still do love Tale of Two Cities. It is still really high up there on the list, and I just love it. Before we dive into all the reasons why I love Tale of Two Cities, I'm going to reach back here to our Booktuber Shoutout book, and we're going to shout out somebody randomly. Today's shout out goes to Margaret Pinard. I will leave a link to their channel in the description. Be sure to go over and subscribe to them. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to this channel and give this video a thumbs up if you love Dickens. And of course, follow me over on Instagram and Goodreads and all the places. At the beginning of Tale of Two Cities, Dr. Manet is released from the Bastille after years of unlawful incarceration. He's restored to health by his daughter Lucy, and they live happily in England. Lucy is courted by a young man calling himself Charles Darnay to hide his noble family name. When the French Revolution takes hold of Paris, Charles Darnay returns to help an old servant who is in trouble, and he is embroiled in the violence of the revolution. And Lucy and Dr. Manet travel from London to Paris, but the tides of the revolution are stronger than they imagine. This is such a brilliant book. There are so many layers to the story. It's fascinating to see how each thread of the story comes together. And the characters are all connected to each other through Dr. Manet himself. It's really lovely to see how all the people around him are so protective of him. Although there are a lot of characters moving and operating in different spheres, every little thread comes back around in the end for a very satisfying ending. Each character's storyline is brought to a conclusion, and even the tiniest minor plot line has a resolution. Dickens has such a powerful writing style. Every scene just transports you to another time and place. Each character has such an emotional pull. It is impossible to read with dry eyes. I always cry when I read this one, even though I know what's coming. And there are such moments of triumph that I was joyfully punching the air with my fist when certain characters have a major breakthrough. Dickens covers a lot of different themes in this book. Of course, he's well known for his commentary on social justice, painting deeply pathetic pictures of the poor in need of help. And in this book, he attacks the injustices and really just the foolishness of the courts of the French Revolution and how corrupt they were from the very beginning. He describes the ferocity of the crowds thirsting for blood at the foot of the guillotine, but he also denounces the nobility for their cruelty to the poor. In the midst of all that evil, the Manet family are like a shining light of kindness and decency. Dr. Manet is a pathetic, weak figure for most of the book. He's mentally weak and physically weak, but his love for his family is strong. He has his own particular kind of inner strength that becomes apparent in new ways throughout the story. Lucy Manet is a gentle character. She's devoted to her father, creating an atmosphere of affection in their home that attracts their friends as well. And like her father, she has hidden reservoirs of emotional strength that buoy her up during difficult times. Charles Darnay is the very soul of honor. He will do the right thing even if it means putting his own life at risk. He's loyal and true to the very last. Sidney Carton is perhaps one of the best anti-hero characters ever written. He wastes his life gambling and drinking, but in his heart, he longs for something more meaningful. And Madame Defarge, she is one of the scariest villains in all of Dickens. She is so cruel and calculating. She has no mercy or pity for anyone, in her lust for violence. And there are two of the secondary characters that I really love. Miss Pross is Lucy's maid, and she's adorable and just wonderful, and she's so fierce in her protection of Lucy. And I love Mr. Lorry, the mayonnaise family friend. His funny manners had me laughing sometimes. This entire book is complete genius from start to finish, and I adore every word of it. This is just such a powerful novel. Please leave me a comment and let me know, have you read Tale of Two Cities and what did you think of it? Or let me know what is another Dickens novel that's one of your favorites. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and remember, the right book in the right hands at the right time can change the world.